Fucking love Skittles. It's just like, I don't know. Not the only fact that they're sweet, juicy, colorful, but they just represent everything about me. I'm hard on the outside, but soft on the inside. I really am. I'm not a certified thug yet, but I'm getting there. But Skittles taste good, man. Y'all don't eat Skittles, y'all crazy. It's the best heart candy they ever made. I mean, you can't deny it. I mean, just look at the package. Rainbow affiliated. Come on now. Anyway, I'm talking about Skittles because I'm gonna tell y'all about my coming out story. Here we go. Yeah, so my coming out story, it's a lot to it, but I'm just gonna shorten it down, just kind of get to the point really. But I think I've always liked females. I have. But being so young, you really don't know. Like, okay, yeah, I like females, but I don't know. You know how it is. You're young, but you don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of confusing. And I was brought up on my mother's side, and nobody's gay on my mother's side of the family. I think I gotta. Never mind, I ain't gonna even say that. I'm not gonna even say that. Anyway, nobody's gay on my mother's side of the family, so I really didn't have nobody to just really talk to. When I'm having these feelings, But I was in kindergarten and I found myself playing with little girls a lot. Not really wanting to be bothered with guys. I mean, I like playing with boys. I never really played with girls like, oh, friend, baby dolls. Like, I never did that. I was always outside riding bikes and shit and playing in the mud and just being dirty, I liked hanging out with dudes, but I just didn't like messing with dudes like that. But I did like showing off for the females. Anyway, but like I said, I was in kindergarten. I found myself playing with girls a lot. And when I was in second grade, there was a girl in my second grade class that I found very attractive. She was very, very cute. And she actually still is. But anyway, after second grade, I was like, I really didn't know. I still didn't know second grade, but I knew that girls were supposed to like boys and boys were supposed to like girls. So I knew that it wasn't right in my mind. What society says that homos shouldn't be homos and heteros should be heteros. The whole situation. Anyway, I lived in one district when I was in elementary school. When I went to 6th grade, I went to a whole nother different district. And when I went to high school, I went back to the same district that I was in as I was in elementary school. So my elementary school years, I was very tomboyish, I did all the stuff that the boys did. So when I moved to the different district, when I was going to 6th grade, I tried to change. Because I'm like, nobody really knows me. Maybe I was just a tomboy. Maybe I grew out of it. And I'm my mother's only child, and I'm her only girl. So she wanted me to be girly, but I was never girly. You know what I'm saying? That just wasn't me. So when I went to middle school, I tried to be girly. I'm like, nobody knows me, like I said, and I can just change my whole appearance. But deep inside, that wasn't me. So I was trying to do something that wasn't me. Trying to satisfy somebody else, even though it is my mother, still trying to satisfy somebody else than myself. So I did that, but I played sports in middle school. I played softball, basketball, and I did all that stuff. So my 7th and 8th grade year, I was like, you know what? Since I'm my mother's only girl, and I know she wants me to be girly, and she only has one daughter, so I want my mother to one day to be able to say, hey, my daughter was in the pageant, and she did this and da 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 da. So I was like, I want her to have that opportunity, because I am her girl, her little girl. And so I entered my middle school pageant, 7th and 8th grade year, and I won Miss Congeniality those first 2 years. And like I said, I played sports anyway during middle school. But when I went to high school, I went back to my first district. So I was like, I'm just going to go ahead and switch my style up again. I'm going to be back girly. I stayed girly in middle school, but I was still kind of tomboyish. But I was like, I'm going to be girly for real, because they still remember Anastasia that was a tomboy. So they're going to be like, oh my God, she's changed. So I was like, maybe I'm just going through something. Maybe it's just something with me. Maybe, I don't know what it is, but I'm going to try this thing again. So my 9th and 10th grade year, I was girly. 9th grade, in my high school years, I didn't play not one damn sport. I got lazy as fuck. I was playing basketball in middle school, and I messed up my knee, and I messed up my patella in my knee. So that kind of put me down in my spirits. So I just kind of was like, fuck it. I don't want to be no damn basketball player no way, or softball player, shit. So anyway, I didn't play sports in high school. I was just like a regular kid going to school. Wasn't involved in any activities. I think I was in the NJROTC, and that's it. And I took Spanish one year, and I was thinking I was trying to be a part of Spanish club. That shit didn't happen. I wish I would have stayed in that bitch though. Shit, all this Spanish that people talking. Should have stayed in there and learned something. But I was in high school my 9th and 10th grade year. And I was really girly. But my 11th grade year, I was like, this is not me, This is not who I am. I'm going to be Anastasia. Shit. Fuck that. Hell, whoever don't like it, don't like it. Whoever do, whatever. So, I came out to the people at my school, friends and shit. But I wasn't out to my mother or my family. So nobody in my family, my immediate family, or anybody that was my close friend, none of them knew. It was just people that I went to school with. And I had friends that were like, what the fuck? Ill. And then I had some friends who was like, hey, we like you regardless. We love you. You're our friend. It doesn't matter. And I will be a very clear witness of this. You really do find out. You find out who your friends are when you go through certain shit, for real. You really do. Like, you really honestly do. And I think it was on time, too. I really do. I think it was on time. Because people that I was hanging around with at that time, they weren't shit for me. Shit. They really wasn't. They was full of shit. So I'm actually glad that I came out. I think it was a way of showing me, hey, these your real friends and these ain't. So, like I said, I came out. And one day I was laying on my bed. It was about 2 o'clock in the morning. I think I was on school break. Like winter break or some shit. And I get this text from my aunt. And I have 4 aunts. But the one that texts me, she's close to the youngest. And she's in her 30s, but she acts really young. Like, you wouldn't think that she's her age, And so, I kind of talk to her about different things when I feel like talking about something. And I can go to her and talk about it more easily. And I just found out I can talk to one of my other aunts pretty easily, too. But anyway, she texted me and she was like, I think there's some things that you need to be honest about. Now, I didn't make a Facebook for the longest because I was like, it ain't nothing but drama on that bitch. So, I ain't got time for it. But my aunt's friend, the one that texted me, she has a Facebook, and I was one of her friends on Facebook. So I guess she was reading some of my posts, and my aunt was like reading it with her, and I think that's when she found out, because I was dating a girl at the time, and we were going through a lot of shit together, and I was posting shit, and my aunt, I guess, was reading them. She was like, "There's some things that you need to be honest about," and I knew what she was talking about when she said that, but I was like, okay then. So my aunt gave me a time. Tell my mother that I was heterosexual. I mean, not heterosexual, homosexual. And she told her she wanted me to tell her at this certain date, because she felt like she needed to know before she found out through somebody else, which is understandable. Because, I wouldn't want to hear something about my child from somebody else either. But it was just the fact that I was not ready to tell her yet. So that date went by, and I still didn't tell my mom, but I'm sitting on the couch with her one day, looking at TV, and my mom gets this call, and it's my aunt. She tells my mom to put her on speakerphone. She's like, "All right, Key, you ready?" And I'm like, about ready for what? She's like, you know what we've been talking about. My mom's like, what? She was like, Key has something to tell you, lady. They call my mother the lady because she was really prissy when she was younger, so they've always called her lady. She's like, yeah, she's got something to tell you, lady. And I'm like, no, I don't. She's like, yeah, you do. I'm like, no, I don't. So my mom was like, what is, are you pregnant? And I'm like, no, I'm not pregnant. Like, what? Nah, I'm not pregnant. Oh, I'm not. No, I'm not pregnant. She's like, what, are you gay? And I was like, yeah. She was like, I already knew that. I was like, what? You already knew that? You could have told me. My mother was not like, I thought she was going to be like, get the fuck out my house. I don't condone it. She really don't condone it. But I think now she's just like, whatever about it. Just don't disrespect her house or whatever when I'm around. Which is understandable. I respect it. But she was like, yeah, I already knew. She's like, you had made that downlink page. Why would you be straight making a gay profile? I don't know. I kind of figured that then. She's like, you're my child. I always knew. So I'm like, cool. That's what's up. But it's still awkward between us because, like I said, we might be out together and I might see a fine girl. Nah, I be wanting to be like, damn, like, ooh, she look good. My mom, I know she'll just look at me like, okay. So it'll be really awkward. But she didn't disown me or nothing. My mother is my mother and she told me that she loves me, whatever. But what's funny though, she was like, I'm just scared that you're gonna miss out on a good penis one day. And I'm just like, that's really fucking nasty. Like that's disgusting. For real. I'm not with that straight shit. I do not like, no, I'm not straight. That is disgusting. For real. It really creeps me out. Like, nah. So she was like laughing, ha ha ha, but I'm like, that's like, nah, that's not funny at all. I'm just joking. I'm like, nah, you was dead as serious. Yeah, you was serious. But I love my mom. She's really accepting. I think she's still kind of going with the flow. She's still kind of getting herself together. But besides that though, she's been taking it really good. I love her to death. She doesn't treat me any differently. She didn't tell me to get the fuck out of her house either. She just told me where it stood. She didn't want me to be shacking with a female or a male in her house, which is understandable. And she don't agree with it, but it's my life, she said, and anything that I do, she's gonna be supportive. So I appreciate that, Mom. I love you. But yeah, that was my coming out story. And all I gotta say for people that's trying to come out or thinking about coming out, don't be scared. 9 out of 10, the ones that you think that are not gonna accept you, they'll be the ones that be like, it's okay, I love you, you're my family, or you're my son, or you're my daughter. They're gonna accept you anyway. So there's no need to be nervous. Just come out, just be yourself, and come out when you're ready. Don't let nobody force you to come out because it's gonna be real awkward as hell. But like I said, just live your life, do what's right. And like I said, you only got one life to live. So live that bitch.